I graduated from Explorations Academy in 1999. The staff were, at the time, just some of my best friends. Some pretty amazing young people, really dedicated to what they were doing.
My fondest memory of Explorations Academy is after about 3 days of hiking through the tropical humid forest of Guatemala. And I took a gang of students up the sides of what kind of felt like a big hill, but was in fact the pretty massive pyramid deep in the forest. And as we got to the top, we saw the sunset. We saw a pair of toucans come flying straight towards us. We heard a bunch of howler monkeys start to go crazy. And one of my students looked at me and said, "Hey, Bacchus, you're at work."
They are free to learn by exploring on their own. They get guidance, of course, but it's that discovery when they go to places that are remote and interact with the peoples that live there, that they gain true knowledge.
6 months ago or so, my husband and I almost were betting if my son would end up dropping out of school. We could see the patterns starting to take hold with his dissatisfaction with school and his depression and his attitude and feeling that he was kind of lost in the shuffle. And we found Explorations, and he really has changed and has become or is becoming the person he used to be, happy and excited. And it's like somebody that we haven't really seen in the last few years, especially with school. He gets up in the morning, he's excited to go to school. I pick him up and I say, "James, how was your day?" And he says, I don't get the, "Oh, it was fine." I get, "Wow, this is so cool what we talked about in, underground cluster today," or "Wow, Frank, our math teacher, he rocks."
I think the most significant thing about Explorations Academy is that it offers real world experiences for young adults. And by that I mean you just don't learn about it in books only. They do things like go to Olympia to see the government in action. They don't just learn about the food chain. They actually get involved in working in a food bank or food bank and in gardens, so that they really have, it's an experiential component to how they're understanding things.
Learning how to combine different academics and learning how to be a really strong critical thinker was what Explorations did for me.
Many of our donors are here. I'm especially grateful to people who are able to support us financially, because we have, for 15 years, accepted and educated students of all incomes. And we've been able to never turn anybody away for financial reasons because of the generosity of people in this community that believe this kind of thing should exist. So we are all indebted to those people in that way.
It's a safe place for students to be who they really are and to grow in that place without being shamed or harassed or humbled.
Explorations is full of life-changing moments. Like in my first year, I took a human sexualities class, and I was introduced to other forms of expressing yourself and knowing yourself and being comfortable with who you are without worrying about what other people are thinking. And it blew my mind away, and that's probably the only reason I'm standing here today, because it was just so powerful, the experience.
I wish that I'd had that experience in high school. I really wish that. I think it's an exceptional school.
I'm really excited that we're a part of it, and I love having my son back.